I guess this is it. Thank you all so very much for joining us today for the launch of our 22nd cohort. That's really incredible. I cannot believe it, Slim, honestly.
Yeah.
22nd cohort. It's unreal, and we keep growing and evolving. It's really, really great. So I'm Damien. I'm the executive director at Social Hackers Academy.
And I'm Slim. I'm the co-director of the products at Social Hackers Academy.
Unfortunately, today, Zainab is not able to join us. She is our employability manager. But trust me, for those who choose to start studying with us, you are going to be seeing her quite a lot.
Definitely, yeah. All right, so let's get started. So in our 22nd class of full stack web development, it will start on April 17th. The duration of the program is 7 months, so 6 first months of studying, practicing, working on assignments, and so on. And the final month is the project month, when you will be building your final project that you will showcase to your potential future employers, and practicing everything that you learned during the bootcamp. Yes, you want to say something, Damien?
Yeah, scholarships are available to people who come from a refugee or asylum seekers background. Sorry to stop you.
Yeah. So yeah, and the learning happens generally between 5 and 9 p.m. Eastern European time. So we have some important dates for this cohort. So, and steps, let's say. So the first thing to do is to apply, and you can go ahead and start the first steps to JavaScript course. And this step is mandatory for the selection process of the students. Then the 27th of March, which is today, we have the info session. Then we are closing the application on the 9th of April, and 17th of April, when you are accepted after finishing the registration process and the first steps to JavaScript course, you will be enrolled to the career track, and we will kick off the program on the 17th of April with the kickoff session, where we will explain how to use the tools, the platform, and so on.
It is absolutely necessary for you to remember that you have to secure your spot by finishing the first steps to JavaScript course as soon as possible, because we do our admissions process on a first come, first served basis. So the person who finishes first, we've already accepted students in the upcoming cohort. So the faster you go, the more secure your position will be for this cohort.
Thank you. So our approach to employment is holistic. Our rate of people that found a job after graduation is 91% in the duration of 1 to 3 months after graduation. So here you can see a kind of a timeline of how the program will be. So first month, and as you can see, there is the full stack tech track section and the employability track section, and they go hand in hand. So while studying the technical part of web development, you will be also having a lot of activities, workshops, and so on that will sharpen your soft skills and employability skills, like, for example, time management, effective communication, best practices. You will at some point start working on your CV and get feedback on them, work on your LinkedIn profile and GitHub best practices, and a lot of interesting things that you will learn. And the special thing about our employability track, it's not only about getting the knowledge and the information about the soft skills through workshops or presentation and so on. Actually, it is embedded in the program. So while you are learning to code, you are actually acquiring these skills without really noticing that you are acquiring these skills. And then once you finish the graduation, you will have a follow-up from our employability team. You will for the job search phase and so on. So you will get all the support you need to get your first job in the tech industry.
And allow me to add here, Slim, that after hundreds of discussions with recruiting managers all these years in SHA, I've seen that potentially the other skills, the skills that we don't pay that much attention to, are at the end of the day more important than the hard skills, than the coding skills. These are the skills that will get you hired at the beginning. And of course, you need to keep developing your technical skills in order to advance your career. But these skills are not to be taken lightly. It's not like I have to do. No, you want to do that. You want to acquire the skills and develop them throughout the 7 months and of course beyond the course of SHA.
Yeah, and it's also called durable skills. And Yasmin, actually, our education manager told me once that she spoke with some hiring managers and so on. And one of them literally told her, we hire for technical skills, but most of the time we fire for soft skills because of lack of soft skills. So if you don't manage your time, if you don't meet the deadlines, if you are not a good communicator within the team and so on, that won't serve. And that's why we focus a lot on these skills through the program. So what you will learn during this course, so this is gonna be a bit technical, but don't worry, we'll reach a point where you will understand everything that I will mention right now. So we will start with HTML and CSS. Some concepts of HTML and CSS are like tables, forms, medias, the box model, positioning, flexbox and grid. You will learn some CSS frameworks like Bootstrap, create some animations and SAS. And then in the JavaScript part, you will learn definitely the basics and fundamentals, and DOM manipulation and events, asynchronous JavaScript, API, React, Node.js and Express. And so this JavaScript is about the front end and the back end part, because JavaScript is a language that is used in the front end and back end development. And to finish, you will learn how to work with database like MongoDB and Mongoose. And
don't worry if this sounds gibberish right now. The concept is for this to not look gibberish after 7 months. That's the goal. It should look gibberish today.
Yeah, that's totally normal.
And the total hours of learning, we have 112 hours of live classes, which are also recorded and can be watched on demand. We have 70 hours of pair programming as an absolute minimum. This is very, very important, and you should strive to do more of it. What this thing is essentially is that you study, collaborate, do assignments, workshops, build projects with someone else from the cohort, and you kind of have like the same plan. So this is very important. Collaboration is key, is one of the most important skills you need to develop throughout these 7 months. So that's very important. 84 hours of employability skills, workshops. We're not even counting the one-on-ones, everything that happens after the successful graduation, hopefully. And we have approximately 560 hours of guided learning. You never learn alone in SHA. There is always someone to collaborate, learn with, learn from, the live classes, all these beautiful things.
Yes, the live classes, and also the Discord server where you will have the class environment where you can ask your question. You will have support 7 days a week. So yeah.
There's always someone there, really 7 days a week. In the weekends, someone is there to answer your technical questions. There is always a technical coordinator around.
So when are the classes taking place? So first, we have two kind of hackers. So the regular hackers or everyday hackers and the weekend hackers. So you have two ways to follow the course, depending on your working status and how much time you can put in the during the week. So as a regular hacker, let's say that you have all the time you need during the week. This is how your schedule might look like. So this is an example, a template, let's say, of how it should be. There are some fixed things, like, for example, the live sessions. There are always on Monday and Thursday. And some weeks you have extra live sessions. So it's 2 to 3 live sessions per week. So let's say you start on Monday. Let's say Monday is the 17th. So you start by going through the content. Then we have our first live session, and then after the live session, you will keep studying and practicing on the platform. Here in Monday's section, you see code challenge, but this is something that you will start doing when you reach the JavaScript part of the course. That doesn't start at the beginning of the course. Then let's say Tuesday, you will do your self-reading, work on the assignments with your pair, or on the code challenge, depending on the week. Then Wednesday are for employability workshops and session and webinars. And again, self-reading and working on your assignments and practicing what you are learning, and so on and so forth. And every Friday, we ask you to fill a feedback survey. And this is what allows us to continuously try to make our program and curriculum better to meet the expectations of our students based on the feedback that we get from all of you guys.
Allow me to add here that apart from the live sessions and the employability workshops, this is kind of a suggestion that we think, not we think, we are certain that you must put these hours. Maybe Monday, 9 o'clock doesn't work for you. You can do it on Saturday or Wednesday, or maybe not this week. This is a rough suggestion on our end, and what we think you should expect for you to have a successful graduation.
And I would like to add, sorry, Damian, like you need to think of this program as at least a part-time job. So you need to put a minimum of 20 hours a week in order to keep on track with the class pace, with your classmates, and don't fall behind. So you need to put the hours of studying, studying and efforts in order to successfully graduate and be able to get a job in the job search phase.
We don't want to demotivate you, but we want to bring the raw truth that we've experienced with hundreds of students, graduates, and placed people, and we've seen that this is the formula that works. Now you can take the formula and rearrange it and make it, make it yours, of course, but this 20 hours should be the absolute minimum expectation on your side. If you don't have 20 hours, we would suggest that you think about it, reevaluate it, and come back maybe at a later time when you do have the 20 hours. Otherwise, you'll probably not be able to graduate and then get demotivated and then feel that this is not for you, and tech is for everyone.
Yeah,
but definitely. We each have our timings, right? Maybe now, and we have this over and over, actually. We have many students who want to do it now, they don't have the time, and they come back later, and they've been successful and graduated and been placed. So life is long. Of course, we want you today with us, but you should also acknowledge that this is not just another course. This is essentially a life-changing educational experience. And for the transformation to happen, you need to invest a minimum of 20 hours. As we mentioned, the regular or the everyday hackers, but we have also the weekend hackers. So allow me to take over this slide, Slim,
yes,
which is pretty much the similar concept like the regular hackers. We've seen that weekend hackers must be more motivated because spending your whole weekend pretty much exclusively on studying, working, watching the live sessions, doing the code challenges, the assessments, all these things, it takes more motivation. So if you are already working full time, and let's assume that you work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, we suggest that you should be spending some time, if possible, during weekdays. Always, we propose to participate during the live sessions. If you're able, of course, we record them and they are uploaded. Yes, it's great, but that's why we do the live sessions, and we don't have recorded courses like many other organizations. It's ideal for you to be there. If not, okay, but you must understand that this is going to be challenging, but it's challenging for a reason. After 21 classes, we have, for quite some time now, we have figured out the formula for you to get hired. And for you to get hired, you need to follow our process.
Definitely. So would you like to take over this one, or should I?
I can take it, yeah. So can I make my own schedule for the course? You might be asking yourself. And your options are, you study regularly, you study on weekends, you study when you want with your own schedule. But we do have specific points during our course that are milestones, and you need to finish the assignments, the projects for that milestone. If you are not able to submit the projects, assignments, whatever that is, we will ask you to stop learning with us. So yes, you can create a schedule around your needs, but that doesn't mean laziness. That doesn't mean I don't have to study. No, you have to study. It's a very intense course. So you must put that in mind before.
And I would like to add something. If you are going to go with having your own schedule for the course, I recommend that you discuss it, like you make a plan for your week. You need to have a calendar, like to write your schedule somewhere, not to keep it like in thin air. And I recommend that you discuss it with your instructor, so they can give you instructions, suggestions, and like for you to make the most out of your own schedule, because they know how much time, let's say, it will take you to finish the week's content with the assignment and so on. So it's good to not go with it with your assumptions, but it's better to have your instructor's feedback on your schedule, let's say.
And I would like to address this, one of my favorite parts, a common myth of what is a great programmer. So a great programmer has to be a great mathematician. No, not really. It doesn't help. It's not a problem if you are good in math. Yes, it can add to your learning experience, but you don't have to be any math guru or wizard, and nothing like that. At least in what we teach in full stack web development. Then we say that programmers must have bad communication skills. On the contrary, as we mentioned earlier, this is more important than math skills. If I have to put them on the scale, like what you need to have to start with, math or communication, I would suggest communication. But communication, we somehow, I don't know how this works in society, to be honest, but we somehow believe that we must know how to communicate. We are people, but nobody taught us. Nobody gave us the process of how to communicate. Trust me, there is science behind good communication, and we do our best in teaching it. Then good programmers must be able to fix a printer. It doesn't hurt to be able to fix a printer. Okay, no, it doesn't. It's not bad. Sorry, it's not bad to be able to fix a printer, but it's not required for you to be a good programmer. Then a good programmer is not creative. I would say on the contrary, depending, of course, what your skills are like, because, you know, front-end full stack web development is such a big thing that we cannot put it in a specific silo. So you don't have to be ultra creative. You don't have to like not be creative. Be yourself. And who is a good programmer? A nerd and a lonely person. So the days and movies we watched in the 90s, for those older like myself, that programmers have long hair, they throw them in the warehouse and they just code themselves away.
With a hoodie.
Not with a hoodie. See, sleep. Programmer. Me, not programmer. So it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about communication. You work in a team environment. You cannot work alone. You have to be able. And it's not a problem to be a nerd or a lonely person. Some people might be, and some others are not. This is not what will make you a good programmer.
And I would like to add something regarding the creativity part. In programming, creativity is not about just aesthetic things, like how your website is look like and so on. For that part, there are graphic designers that, if you are not creative, visually creative like myself, that will support you with the design and so on. But creativity is more about how to solve, let's say, some challenges, some bugs that you have in your code, thinking outside of the box. This is also another kind of creativity while dealing with coding. So it's not about making things look nice. That's not, creativity is not only that, but also writing, the way of writing your code and so on. You can be creative in your approach of solving a problem, let's say.
Yeah, thanks for adding that. And also, let me add the personal thing. It doesn't hurt also to have some basic design knowledge, ultra basic, like very, very basic. That alone can make you when you compete to get a job, like that skill alone, that very small skill might give you the advantage to get the place. So it doesn't hurt, although it's not by no means mandatory. Designers is one job, developing is another job. It's two different people.
And also in our program, we are introducing you to UX UI design. So you will have at least the basics to get going and be able to compete with other developers.
And here we try to do our best. It's not perfect by no means. We try to do our best to show you what are the career opportunities you might have based on data from our students and data that we found from credible sources online. Our pricing works differently depending on where you live. So we have people from the UK, from Western Europe, maybe I could call it, whose like median salaries is the ones you can see. Then you have people in Greece, maybe Eastern Europe. You could say these are real data coming from our students, and MENA region that's definitely more challenging because people from Tunisia and Egypt are very different from people who live in UAE or Jordan. So it's the numbers are not ideal, but definitely this is a good, let's say, median salary that you could look after your successful graduation. And there are different industry trends. Of course, everybody is hearing lately about AI and ChatGPT. We have some really cool things also coming in SHA about artificial intelligence. Accessibility is very hot. Blockchain, we also teach blockchain in SHA, virtual reality, Internet of Things, and many other industry trends. But what we always suggest is to find your passion. Don't do things for money or because someone told you so. Nobody cares. Because if I tell you learn this, you will not be passionate about it and you'll probably not figure it out yourself. But if you are passionate on your own about AI, then you will dive deeper and try to solve the problems. And this is what we suggest people to do. Find their passion. And maybe at the beginning, they don't have a passion. Maybe they develop it in the meantime, or they develop it after a year or 5. It doesn't matter. What matters is to have progress every day to be better than yesterday. So, yeah. Slim, want to take this one?
Yes, definitely. So what makes Social Hackers Academy special are our live classes, like 2 to 3 live classes per week, sometimes more depending on the week content and challenges, code challenges and their live solution. The code review, like when you are submitting your assignments and working on the projects during the program, you will get feedback on a weekly basis. The pair programming, so this is working on your, let's say, code challenges or assignments in pairs. So every month we generate pairs randomly, not very randomly. We will get to that when you will get into the course. You have the help desk system on Discord, the class environment 7 days a week. So whenever you are stuck, you need support while you are studying and so on, you can hit the help desk ticket tool, and either the instructors, mentors, or your peers will support you with that. Mentors, soft skills and employability workshops. And as we already mentioned, the soft skills part is mostly embedded in the program. So for example, here we are talking about pair programming. So how the pair programming will get you to work on your soft skills. While working in pair, you will find yourself developing your communication skills, let's say. So sometimes you might work with someone that is better than you, let's say on a technical level. So you will get the help and support. You will learn how to, let's say, ask your question in an efficient way to get the solution even faster. Sometimes you will find yourself having some communication issues with your pair, like not so you will find yourself in real life situation that you will face while working in teams as a programmer. So you will be prepared for every possible situation. Then we also have 2 events per month. So one is technical and the other one is HR and soft skills related. So, and the events are always on Wednesday.
The events are really important. We want to see everyone there. Every event, we bring an industry leader from great companies, and I think it's excellent because we have one technical event every week, every month, one human resources, recruitment, CV, all this nice stuff. It's very, very important, the attendance to the events, because you get to interact also with the industry leader. You follow them on LinkedIn, you can ask a question, you can ask for a reference. You need to build your relationships. That's a great way to do so.
And also, I would like to add something, Damian. During the event, you get exposed to some trends, let's say, and that we were discussing in a previous slide. So, for example, next week we have an event about databases and SQL. So, for example, this is something that you should be aware of, even though you don't have to be really technical at it at this moment. Let's say you are going to start the course, so it's a bit advanced, but attending the event will kind of open your eyes about what's happening in the sector.
So this is an overloaded PowerPoint slide. What makes SHA different? I would like to focus on our end, which is the most important thing. You can always go back. We're going to upload this info session to our YouTube channel. So in less than 24 hours, it's going to be uploaded there. You can check it out. You can pause it, check what others are doing. But it's not about the others, it's about what we do and the process we are very proud of. Our pedagogical approach is instructor-led, project-based, community learning, fully hands-on. From day one, you start writing code. No exceptions, no theory. Yes, theory is important, of course, you have to learn the theory, but between the theory and the practice, companies who is going to hire you afterwards, prepare the practice. Whatever, it's best to know 5 things and to be able to implement them than know 10 things and not be able to implement anything. Practice makes perfect. Coding reviews, something that makes us truly unique, is that all your assignments receive code reviews, all of them. We have 2 live classes per week. We have events from industry leaders twice per month. We have pair programming, employability support. That alone, we could have like just an info session on what we do on the employability support. So let me put it in one sentence. Anything you need to get hired, from CV, GitHub, LinkedIn preparation to after graduation, career coaching, one-on-one sessions, following up with you, mock-up interviews, whatever is needed for you to get hired. We have weekly assignments. Of course, the videos, the live sessions are recorded, so you can watch them on demand. Our curriculum pretty much gets updated monthly or even more than that. because technology changes all the time, so we need to keep updating it. Very important aspect is the community-based learning. We've tried and have achieved, I believe, to emulate how the tech company works. Tech companies, when you become a developer in a tech company, you never work alone. It's very small instances that you actually work alone. Slim, you want to add something?
No.
Okay, sorry, you open your microphone. And about the chat, please drop your questions, preferably the Q&A, and we are going to address once we finish the conversation with Slim and the presentation. We're going to address any questions you might have. Preferably the Q&A, it makes easier for us to handle. Then we have technical assistant by senior devs, 7 days. And we have the help desk integration. It's essentially like a customer support. So I have this problem, you submit the ticket, and then someone responds back to you. Most of the times it's our team members. Sometimes it's your fellow learners, your fellow students. Pricing is dynamic based on where you are from. We have different pricing. That's why we cannot put it here, because it's essentially 3 different prices. And of course, our scholarships are fully funded. Scholarships are provided to refugees and asylum seekers. And at the end of when you successfully graduate, you are going to receive a certification. But I would like to add here, if you allow me, Slim, that yes, certification is great. Yes, it's important to add it to your LinkedIn, to your CV, etc. What's really, really important, what will truly get you hired, is not the certification, but the portfolio you're going to develop. From day one, you create assignments, you write projects. This is what's needed for you to get hired, not the certification. So this is very important for you to understand, that you need to focus on your projects. This is what will get you hired. Yeah, and does the job market need more developers? Yes. Yes. And there are these rumors now about ChatGPT and this AI technology that they're going to steal the jobs of developers. It's not happening anytime soon, trust me. The work actual real developers do is much more complicated than what the AI can do. At the moment, maybe in 10, 20 years, it will be a different discussion. But for the foreseeable future, and from how we understand technology, AI is not taking over the job of developers. And the demand for software developers is projected to grow by 22% by 2019. And this is in conjunction with 4% in all other industries. This is a truly booming industry, and everybody who is willing to work hard, learn, adapt, and then learn some more and work some more and develop another project, that's the person who will have the job and will have a career. You cannot be easily, AI cannot take your job anytime soon.
I would like to add something about the AI. AI is not taking your job, but someone using AI will definitely do. So you need to embrace this kind of AI tech revolution and use it to your own good, to boost your learning experience, to boost your productivity, and so on. And this is something also that we are embedding in our program.
Yeah.
So the necessary equipment for the course, first thing and most important thing is to have a stable internet connectivity, a computer, preferably with a minimum of 4 gigs of RAM, a processor as an Intel i5 or equivalent, a wide display, like a minimum 15 inches, and you can, if you can afford the second monitor, that will definitely help you a lot, and an operating system, either Windows, Mac, or Linux, but that you already have if you have a computer.
And what does it take to succeed in the course? It takes a lot of curiosity, of curious to learn the next thing, to understand how this tech works. Why does this tech work in collaboration with the other thing? Being curious is very important. And it's a skill also that can be developed. There are people who are more curious than others. To graduate, though, we've seen that the curiosity is always grown from the beginning till the end of the class. Then you need to be able to do self-management, to manage your time, yourself, your energy, whatever resource you have. Because the journey ahead of you is not an easy journey, especially for those of you who are working full-time. It's not easy. You must be able to manage your time and everything that is required in this class. And what helps with that is to have a big desire and to be determined to succeed. If you have this, I would actually say between the four things here, I would say if you have that one, you can develop the rest, including growth mindset. We have, I think, 3 weeks in the soft skills part of our course of growth mindset, how to develop it, what it is, how to acquire it, how to work around it if you don't have it to start with. These are very important things. But essentially, what I'm always going back to is your determination and motivation. I want to do this. I have to do this. And what I very strongly suggest you is to find your why. Really, really take time to think about why do you want to do it? Because we all know the result. The result is there. Job placement, we have 100% job guarantee. That's the easy part. In our mind, that's the easy part, which I understand it might be counterintuitive to you, but we've seen hundreds of graduates being placed, and we know what you need to have. And one of the core things is to understand your why. Why is this for me? Why am I sitting on my weekend for 10 hours every week for 7 months? 10 hours per day, so 20 hours in total. While others are outside at the beach or in the mountain or with friends playing around, and you are there. You need to know why. And whenever you are challenged or feel like you cannot do it anymore, you go back to your why. I am sitting 20 hours every weekend because I want to achieve this in my life. And you must find your own reasons. Your parents cannot find the reasons. Your friends, your colleagues, whoever, nobody matters in this case. It's about you. And once you find your why, we are here to support you with whatever it takes. Once you're in, you are in. That's the hard part. And here you can see the pricing structure that I mentioned a bit earlier. You can see at the bottom of the screen all the countries. If you just visit our website, we have an automation that you'll already see the pricing that's right for you. So I'm not going to go through all this. Actually, we made a mistake here. It's not income share agreement. This is, so if you want to pay upfront, you receive 20% discount. And sorry for this mistake. And you can also pay in 4 installments. So how it works with installments is that you pay upfront 40% of the course, then 1 month after 20%, another month 20%, and the last month 20%. So you will pay essentially the beginning 40% and the 60% in 20% intervals in the next 3 months. Study now, pay later. Yes, it's being changed as we speak. That's what I love about Canva. But anyway, so this is what you can do and pay in installments if you don't want to pay upfront to secure your position. You might ask yourselves, and of course, we mentioned this, we provide fully funded scholarships to people who come from a refugee and asylum seekers background. You might wonder, with all the services we provide to you, why our prices are so low considered to other coding bootcamps. And the answer is very easy. We are a not-for-profit organization. Most other bootcamps, if not all, they've received money from investors, and investors are expected to receive money back. And that's why they have to charge the prices that they are charging. We don't have this burden. We are not here to make money. We are here to make education accessible to all. And to make education accessible to all, we put the very, very minimum price tag that we can possibly put in offering our courses. So this is very important for you to realize, because we are not just another bootcamp. We are here, we take pride in our work, and we want to get you placed. That's our job. But for us to do our job, you must also do yours. You must understand your why. You must find motivation when motivation is not around. It's easy when you start. You have energy. Yeah, let's do it. But then after a month or two, you are depleted. That's where your why will kick in and will help you. And we are here to support you with that. We know that life doesn't work in a timeline. It's not flat. It has its ups and downs. So maybe you start up, then you go down. It's also us in our lives. But we have a big support system here in SHA. Mm-hmm. We have developed a process that gets you hired, no questions asked, job guaranteed. We sign a contract on it. In the student contract that we sign with you, there is the job guarantee clause there. We offer a job guarantee. We know what you can do after following our process. What we ask is for your motivation and determination in studying with us.
And putting the efforts.
Yeah. It's not easy. It might sound like we try to demotivate you during the time, but we are really not trying to demotivate you. On the contrary, we are trying and hopefully succeeding in informing you on what your learning will look like, and for you to make the best possible decision with all the data. The data is, it's going to be hard. You're going to be challenged. You're going pretty much daily, maybe weekly. You will want to drop out. It's always like that, but it's okay. That's what humans do. We overcome challenging circumstances. And I guess this is good luck on your journey. We are just here to facilitate your learning path, and we would absolutely love to have you with us on our 22nd cohort. Crazy.
Great. So I see we have a question in the Q&A. I think I will take this one. It's from ATATS, Shakif, I will call you Shakif, I think this is your first name. So the question is, I have some knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and currently learning React, all from Udemy courses and solo learn, basically. Can I join your class? You can definitely join our class. And thank you for asking this question, Shakif, because it allows me to point something else that makes the difference in studying with us, which is like, for example, when the knowledge is out there, the internet age, like you can Google whatever you want, you will find everything you are looking for. Now it's even easier with AI. They go through the search instead of you, so you don't have to go and check all the resources provided by Google search, and you have everything summarized. But what we offer is that we connect the dot between these different chunk of knowledge that you acquire through Udemy-like courses. So, for example, HTML is a topic that you can learn by itself. Also CSS, also JavaScript, and any technology, you can learn it by your own. But then the real challenge is connecting the dots between these technologies. And there are other stuff that, for example, you will need while working in the tech industry. For example, as a dev, you will need to work using GitHub to work as in a team. So during from week 1 in our program, you will be introduced to what is Git and GitHub, and from your very first assignment, you will be using it, like to submit your assignment and so on. So on the way, learning coding and connecting the dots between different technologies, you are also learning how to work in a team environment using the technologies for that. And of course, you can join our class. The course is designed for people that have no IT background. So if you have some knowledge already, that will help you, definitely. And following the course will support you, let's say, cement your knowledge that you already acquired and connect the dots and work on it and filling the gaps, let's say.
For us, it's an advantage. We see this as an advantage that you already have some knowledge. So at least the beginning of the course, which is maybe harder, you will have a slight advantage over other people who start from zero. So it's an advantage. Although at the same time, this shouldn't demotivate other students who don't have this experience, as we start from zero. If you are able to finish the pre-course that Neil shared in the chat, that's all we take for granted, that you know the things you learned there. That's it. All the rest, it's a plus. And how we are different from Udemy, solo learn, like YouTube, all these things, is that becoming a developer is not just knowing the functions of JavaScript. Is to understand how they connect in a big project. And they also to slowly build up during the assignments. You start from very small project to bigger, bigger, bigger. This is the value we provide. The information is out there. You can find it, but putting it from day 0 to day, whatever it is after 7 months, that's the unique value we bring. We connect the dots for you, and we make it look like a paved way. This is our differentiating point, from 0 to getting employed. I would like to mention here to Wilkista, who just, sorry if I'm butchering your name again, Wilkista had some problems joining us today, so please, Wilkista, we're going to upload the info session on our YouTube channel, so please check out. So yeah, we had the problem with the timing. Anyway, so YouTube about tomorrow is going to be uploaded there, so check it, watch it again for whatever you've missed. What's there, and of course, ask away any question you have right now or on the Discord server that hopefully you are in. Diana asks us, Neil, hey SHA, hey Diana, can I combine week and weekend schedule for studying? Absolutely. That's actually what we
What you
suggest also.
suggest, yeah.
Yeah, that's the very best way because, you know, maybe this Tuesday your stomach hurts a bit or you are not very motivated. Okay, take a day off, you know, go back to the drawing board and study on the weekend or next Monday. It's about self-management. That's another skill you need to develop throughout the course, and that is going to be very helpful.
I would like
So,
to
yes.
add something. So thank you, Damian. So if you are, let's say you choose to be an everyday hacker, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't work during the weekend. We encourage you to work even more during the weekend. If you are a weekend hacker, we suggest that you try to spare a couple of hours, 1 to 2 hours, let's say, every day or every other day during the week, in order for you to be prepared to put the effort during the weekend, because putting like 20 hours straight during the weekend, it's a bit tough, and you need to help yourself by getting less on your shoulders during the week. So it's literally what we suggest to do is to combine the two ways of studying, the regular hacker way and the weekend hacker way. Thank you for asking this question, Jan.
And Neil has the links in our chat that I would suggest that you follow. So the first step to join our second 22nd cohort, I still cannot say 22. It's really, it blows my mind. So the first step is to finish our mini course, which is called First Steps to JavaScript. This is mandatory for us to accept you. We are not here to make a quick buck out of you. We are here to make sure that you have what it takes to proceed with joining our cohort. And then second step, very important, is interview with our employability manager. Her name is Zainab Alaham. So just after that, if you pass the interview, we'll accept you in our next cohort. These are very important. It's not you just come and you pay and proceed. You have to go through our admissions process, which is this. Finish the mini course called First Steps to JavaScript, interview with our employability manager. And of course, yeah, Slim, you want to talk about this maybe?
Yes, so we have also our Discord community. So I just put the link in the chat. You can join it through that link. While studying the first steps to JavaScript, you might have some questions, or if you have any question related to the program or at any step of the admission process, you can leverage the Discord community to reach out to us, to the community, and so on. And it's a growing community. We have already almost 300 users in there. Most of them are our students and alumni, and some other people from the
It's just 2 months, by the way, the community. It's just 2 months old, already 300 passionate learners. Sorry to stop you, Sleep. Anyway, so yeah, any other questions, any other thoughts, suggestions, maybe? You can put them on the Q&A. anyhow, it's not, maybe nothing comes up right now. The best way to answer any future questions is for you to join our Discord community. I would suggest that you go ahead and click on the link now, join the Discord, it's free, nothing, there is no charge there. So over there, our team is there, alumni are there, current students are there, they can support you, maybe you can ask a question from an actual student of ours, not just me and Slim. Okay, Neil has a different link. So
yeah, every time you generate the link, it gives a new one.
Okay. I thought maybe you made a mistake and deleted your comment,
No,
but okay. I didn't know that. All righty. So, Slim, any last thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, I mean, this is a chance for everyone. Either you are a career switcher or you already have some IT knowledge. So this is a very good opportunity to jump in the tech industry. I'm myself a career switcher, so I was a physiotherapist before becoming a developer, and now in the edtech industry. So I was very bad at math, to come back to the math myth. So I'm still not very good at math, but with web development, like you will acquire more knowledge and problem solving skills. So I see this as an opportunity to either change your career or to boost it. And I encourage you to, if you choose so, to put the hours and effort during the program in order to successfully graduate. And it's not only about graduating from the bootcamp and getting the certificate, it's about acquiring the knowledge and the skill that will make you hireable afterwards. And can't wait to see you in our community again.
Yeah. So think Alexandros mentions that some people are complaining in Discord. I think we did have the problem of people trying to log in at, maybe there was a problem with Zoom probably. So yeah, anyway, apologize for anyone. Maybe if you are here, if you're not here, hopefully you've watched it on YouTube, the recording on YouTube. What I want to say is that we are here to make your dreams a reality. We want to see you get employed in the tech industry. To do that, your commitment is required, is mandatory, and this is all we can ask. Thank you so very much for your attention today and spending an hour and 10 minutes watching us in this info session. It's really cool. We really appreciate it, and we are very much looking forward in participating in discussions in our community Discord server.
And just one last thing about the person that couldn't join the webinar, it's because they are not signed in. So you need to have an account on Zoom in order to be able to join the webinar. You cannot join as a guest. So that's why.
All righty. Thank you, Slim. Thank you all for your active participation. I hope I'll see you in the first class of class 2022 in a few days. Thank you all very much for joining. Thanks to our team, to Dimitar, to Neil for making this happen and giving me and Slim the opportunity to have this discussion and presentation. Thank you all. Have a lovely night. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye-bye.